Hello and welcome. I'm here with our president and founder, Brent Walker, to talk a little bit about this month's newsletter and sort of why you chose those topics and what was on your mind when you were writing them.
Well, I wrote about a couple of different things. First, I wrote about Nate Ikes passing his CFP exam, which is really exciting. I'm very proud of Nate and excited for him.
Yes.
I also just like to let our clients and friends know of things like that happen, because for those of you that work with Nate and have been around him, you know he's a great guy, and it just, he's not going to come out and say, hey, I just got my CFP designation. So it's nice to recognize him in that regard and let people know that he's met a milestone in his career.
Yes, and is the 5th certified financial planner to add to the WealthPoint team.
It's right. We have a nice team of certified financial planners, and that's really good.
So what else was in the newsletter?
So the other thing I talked about was inflation, and really when I was talking about that, it was more of Josh Bentz wrote a nice blog about the inflation and some of the ramifications of that, but I was just expanding on the fact that one of the best things you can do for inflation in the long run is to own stocks.
Of course, that's where the growth is.
Yes, that's exactly right. And so the other part of that, the same kind of topic, was talking about diversification, because we've had a lot of folks that were a little bit concerned about what happens with the bonds in my portfolio.
When there's a lot of inflation.
When there's inflation, that's exactly right. And my point in the newsletter was, hey, there may be some ramification. Bonds may not do extremely well if there is higher than expected inflation,
of course,
but that's not their job.
Right.
And sometimes people get a little hung up on the fact that they think, hey, a lot of the things in my portfolio are doing well, but there's these one or two that are not.
And why, and what can we do?
And I need to be worried about that. And if you really stop and think about it, if I'm trying to be diversified and balanced, everything shouldn't go up together at the same time.
True.
Because that might mean that everything will go down together at the same time.
Right.
And so we really haven't accomplished the mission of diversification, which is to not have all of our eggs in one basket and to kind of smooth out the highs and lows of the investment experience.
Exactly.
So I wanted to just point that out as well and talk a little bit about that concept.
Great. Thank you so much for that summary. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us today. If you'd like to read the newsletter, you can find it on wealthpointadv.com or in our newsletter mailing list. If you have any questions at all, please feel free to reach out. Thank you.